And welcome back to another edition of the John Wayne Surge Protector Podcast, 6040 production. I'm Eric Halsey.
I'm Alex Midway, and fantasy football season's upon us, and I hate your face.
Yep, we've got our draft tomorrow, so I will be phoning it in today.
It's phoning it in more than usual is what we want to say. We're not that good to start with, and today we're just going to be straight up horrible.
So unless you're also having trouble coming up with the Seattle starting quarterback name, here's some politics instead.
Let's jump right on into it, because I'm currently cooking up some pork, and hopefully it makes everybody pass out.
Also 3 years old?
No, that's just the chicken. This is actually made for all you little lady stomachs who can't handle real aged food.
Ooh, another Piggy Smalls on the pit.
Nothing smalls about this 9-pounder. When the world ends, it'll just be me and the cockroaches, baby. Maybe then I'll win at fantasy.
You won't. The Lord of the Ring will be back once again next year.
Yeah, doubtful. I'm going to make this one a little bit more constricting than the last. You can put it on, but that finger's gone.
Just remember, even if you can't see me, the champ will always be here.
Speaking of people I despise, let's get into the Tesla ticker. 329 is what it was beforehand. It was 320 yesterday when Eric over here decided to oversleep our podcast, so he should apologize for that one.
Hoax.
And it went up to 340 today. And honestly, when I was writing this one yesterday, it didn't make any sense, because even the more articles I started reading about this, the more people are like, I don't know what we're doing. We're just speculating. And they're speculating on Tesla being able to roll out the robotaxi, get full self-driving, and capture about a 40% of a market share. And they're speculating on this 10 years from now. You can't do this for any other industry. Imagine that some magical thing will happen and then be like, oh, well, this company will be worth this much in 10 years, and that's what I'm banking on.
Well, that's why we're still poor, because of your terrible not ability to speak outside of the box. This is your fault.
When you list your income and everything else for a bank, you don't put down and be like, yeah, well, I plan on being a billionaire. There's a lottery I'm going to win, and my assets will be this much in 10 years. They're asking for your current data, and current data ain't looking good for Tesla, but somehow it rocket shipped 6% today.
There's no doubt in my mind this is our fault for not thinking of you know what? When I'm going to go ask our good friends over at a bank that's not sponsoring us, and I'm just going to change my annual income to what I think it will be in 10 years.
I identify as a 1%er, gimme.
Yeah, my pronouns are pay me now.
I was online today, and the Motley Fool, they had an article of it. Shares of Tesla traded roughly 5.2% higher as of 1 p.m. today. There is no obvious reason for the move. Although, as one of the largest stocks in the market, Tesla appeared to be joining in the strong market rally. So, the Fed had their conference over in Jackson Hole, and they were talking about lower interest rates. So, the entire market just kind of went up today. Again, this is just speculation. It's a freaking Ouija board. And Tesla's like, yeah, man, we're good. We're going to go ahead and rise with you guys as well.
Well, I think part of that is evidently there was some report Trump bought over $100 million worth of bonds, which evidently goes skyrocketing if the interest rate goes down.
So he's getting ready to fire somebody, huh?
Yeah, so it's a good thing we're tracking Pelosi's stock trades.
Time to track that crypto. So if you're still wondering about the whole Tesla thing, today it rode the wave. But yesterday it wasn't a good day for Tesla. They had a fire at their Gigafactory in Berlin. And unlike American factories where you can just tell the investigators go pound sand, the Germans want to know what's happening. And they did have a conversation, and a spokesperson reported that several stacks of cells fell from a conveyor and a total of 512 cells affected. He also said this is about 2/3 of a complete battery pack for a passenger car. Now, in case you're keeping track, it shut down a factory for a number of hours. A fire from not even one full battery pack shut down a gigafactory for hours. In America, those guys wouldn't have even had a bathroom break.
No. We would have just fired them for because it's a right to work state, and then just kept moving. They
You
wouldn't have
guys
cleaned up the mess. Like you step in that battery acid.
y'all lollygagging over there? Like, I can't see. There's smoke in my eye. Like, I can't breathe. Like, I don't know, breathing through your nose.
If you got time to lean, you got time to clean.
We suck. So, additionally, the Model YL went on sale in China, and Elon also came out and he said, hey, man, we're never bringing that thing over here. And he also said the main reasoning for that is because they're going to be focused on FSD, with full self-driving. I mean, it's been working for the past 10 years they've been going on it. And he's like, instead of doing any new models. And I honestly don't get it. This thing's been engineered for the U.S. All you got to do is get a bigger bumper, reinforce the seats for about a 400-pound frame filled by burgers and OAN, and ship that bad boy over. Like, how do you modify an existing design, make it bigger, and then send it to a country that isn't known for large, like, things in life, and keep it out of a home of a supersized founder? Like, that's added. It's the same thing, like, I looked at it, is you're adding lasers to the bald eagle and adjusting its flatulence to play the marine hymn, and you're calling it the French eagle. Like, a larger Model Y is built for the States.
Yeah, also the United States, only place on planet Earth where you market the bigger vehicles. Mm-hmm. Unless you're counting Canada, which isn't a real country, like, it's just us. We're the only ones that have the bigger, better. Everyone else is going smaller.
Yeah.
So let's go to a completely not overpopulated place with small streets, like, I don't know, China. It makes no sense.
Like, we had the Mini Cooper come over here because we wanted something European, and one of the first new iterations of it was like, cool, we're going to get you a Clubman, which is a larger version of it. Like, yeah, you guys are definitely reading the room a whole lot better.
Yeah, this would be like Nathan's holding their July 4th hot dog eating contest in, like, Somalia. Like, this is not the target demographic you're looking for.
I don't get it. Like, he does these things, and yet the the whole Tesla stock just keeps rising up. It makes zero sense.
And either I'm an idiot or everybody else is. This makes no sense to me. No. Why do we keep saying this guy's a genius?
I mean, because he's already rich, and most of our heroes nowadays are they're supposed to be geniuses. And so we pivot on over to the Ukraine update. And have you seen anything new in the news that's actually changed since the 24 hours since we've had the whole meeting?
I did see one explosion over in Ukraine that seemed to catch some eyes.
We're gonna get into that one. That just happened today. The whole thing, like, when Trump even came on with Hannity after the whole meeting, he's like, because of what happened today, I'd have to think about it. Maybe I have to think about it 2 to 3 weeks. And this is insane. The whole thing is, Vladimir Putin does not want peace in Ukraine. He keeps coming out with it. Just, even today, he came out and he said, let's see, with the arrival of President Trump, I think it's light at the end of a tunnel has finally loomed. And now we have a very good, meaningful, and frank meeting in Alaska. And it's the same thing as over and over. Because today, Trump started talking about sanctions. Putin came out and praised Trump. Trump backed off the sanctions. And Putin goes back and starts bombing the hell out of Ukraine again. Like, it's the same story. And that's the one guy who just does not get it.
Yeah, this is another one. This whole constant Trump, it's 2 weeks, it's 3 weeks away. I'm not gonna blame him. I'm not gonna say he's plagiarizing. but I've owed you money before. And frankly, I think I invented that 2 to 3 weeks thing.
Just tossing out numbers, man.
Hey, I got a thing. Give me like 2 weeks. 10 to 12. 10 to 12 days.
That's the same thing, but then I see you at a casino just gambling your heart away. Like, what the F, man? Like, I thought you ran out of money. Oh, 2 to 3 weeks, buddy. I got you.
Buddy, I'm here to make you money. Where's my thank you? Well, you're not even wearing a suit.
Behind a couch screaming at me.
Oh,
so,
good.
I mean, the whole thing with the, what came out with the whole sanctions and the threat of sanctions is, as you alluded to earlier, Russia's still launching missiles. And they hit a factory called Flex Limited. They're out of Texas. And apparently there's a lot of Texas companies over in Ukraine right now. And this is one of the ones, all they're doing is producing like coffee makers and civilian stuff. And the Russians are out there coming out like, nah, we're just going after the military complex. Like, clearly, because those coffee machines were meant for tanks.
Just ripping a page out of Israel's book, right?
Those malnourished children are coming here with bombs. Like, bro, if they had a bomb, you'd be able to see it. All you see is bones.
They're cleverly disguising as Harris Teeters in hospitals. Get them.
Needs more rocket.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. Like, if you're trying to negotiate peace, like, you kind of start to scale things down. Putin doesn't understand that language. All he keeps doing is he keeps taking more and more. One of the things he just said right now, as far as he said, like, I saw an article somewhere, like, Putin comes out with his list of things that he would need to have a ceasefire. And it's the same thing as always. Give us 90% of the stuff that we want, and maybe we'll have, like, give you something back. Like, he wants a lot of the Donbass region where he controls about 78%. And he said he will give up another part of the region where he controls like 125 square feet. Like, it's wild.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, even if Ukraine wasn't doing well fighting back, I would be 100% behind him, just going full Waco.
Yeah.
All right, salt the earth then. Neither of us will have it.
Well, speaking of that, and the fact that you said they might not be doing well, we'll get to the Waco thing in a second. But Ukraine out there, huh?
Because of Texas.
Yeah.
See how I weaved that?
We have a Texas Connect. So Ukraine, again, is still trying to blow up a Kerch Bridge. We almost got close to it. They had about 300 pounds crammed into a Yugo that they were trying to transport over to Russia, but somehow somebody ratted, and that didn't happen. But where they did fail, they also succeeded. And they crippled about 13% of Russian oil production. And the one thing that I noticed is it may have affected somebody's stock portfolio because the Weatherford International Group out of Texas has 7% of their $2.4 billion business in Russia. And that has gone up from 5% last year. So that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I didn't know there was this much money invested over there.
Yeah.
It's almost like something that, should be looked into by, a branch of government or something.
They're getting a golden oil well, right?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Like, Flex Limited gets blown up, nothing. Not even a single anything. I might do sanctions, look at it. Like, this oil company's like, whoa, here's a golden oil well. It's like, U.S. troops tomorrow.
Yeah, this briefcase is only leather, but you should check out the inside.
So, back in February of 2022, when this war first started, Weatherford's biggest rivals, Baker and Hughes, and also Halliburton, the same company that was billing the U.S. government $200 a hammer during Iraq War, they both left Russia. Meanwhile, Weatherford, the world's largest oil field service group, also continues to operate in Russia, where it employs thousands of staff. And the more I hear about you, Texas, the more I hate you.
Yeah, I've been on this train for a few months now, and I got to tell you, let them secede, let them go. They bring it up every 4 years. Just let them do it.
I mean, aren't they themselves running a deficit where they take more money from the federal government than they get put in, and they're talking about financial responsibility and Texas?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's a big tough guy with great ideas, and then behind closed doors, they have to go ask Daddy Newsom to dole out some more cash so they can feed their poor and whatnot. Almost got there. Almost did it.
Might need to have adjusted that, but we're good there. So, you know what? Let's get away from everything here. Let's try to keep it a little bit domestic, and let's do that little teaser that we talked about. And put on your hat. It's time to go down this rabbit hole. So, the whole thing with the Epstein files. Have you heard anything new about them? Has anyone released them?
Supposedly, first wave was doled out today. Have not heard anything about it, so I'm guessing they're still 10 to 12 days out.
I don't know, 3 to 18 weeks.
Yeah.
So, the whole thing, if you run on an actual campaign promise of stopping an evil cabal of Hollywood elites and Democrats drinking blood from children, and then you decide not to publish all these things and stop any of this, like, people are going to ask questions. Technically, if you stop the kids from eating lunches, you kind of malnourish them, and then they'll have less blood, and you really can't sacrifice them nearly as often, so maybe it's 4D chess by the fact that they're cutting out school lunches to stop pedophilia?
Off subject, but did I ever send you the David Cross joke about the kids?
No.
Kids dying? So he was bringing up how everybody says, you put your trust in God. You have to thoughts and prayers after every school shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, what if God needs all of those dead kids so he can give them to the terrorists who were promised 42 virgins?
Jesus.
Up in heaven. Yeah. Wow.
Went dark. Even Jeselnik was like, whoa, turn it down.
Yeah. It was honestly the darkest thing I've ever heard. I'll have to resend it to you.
Hey, shoot that over to me. That's I'm always down for some of those. But let's go back to the domestic side. Sometime get away from the whole kid thing for the time being. We'll get back to it. But between August 2nd and August 7th, there was a tech conference, the Black Hat Briefings, where a lot of people who are writing code to track your every move are getting a lot more efficient at it. And much like the mountains of Tennessee that has a much higher chance of a home cooking meth, the code monkeys and fedoras tend to also be a whole lot more sexually repressed. So the Nevada police, they ran a sting. They did it also with conjunction with the FBI and a couple of the other alphabet boys, and lo and behold, they captured 8.
8's pretty good for an underage sweep. That you've been monitoring this entire time. So, you have to have tons of transcripts, everything you need, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, even when you capture 1, that's always good. Getting anybody off the street is great. That's a kid diddler. When you catch 8, that's good. So let's get into one of these little guys here.
Yeah, Tom, it's like Alexander. A double grand slam. I love it. 8.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Just bury him under a dozen.
Yes, sir. Tom Alexandrovich was one of those 8 people, and Tom did the classic bringing a rubber to meet a 15-year-old he was chatting up online. In his defense, however, Alexandrovich stated that he felt that the girl pushed him to talk about bringing a condom. Yet, he couldn't remember how many times that girl pushed him. That's what the police documents seen by 8 News Now said. And do you remember Marion Barry, the D.C. mayor?
Who can forget him?
If you guys don't, the D.C. mayor a long time ago, and this is where all the crime always started, obviously, has only been escalating and getting worse. Long time ago, we had a mayor who liked to smoke crack. And then, on camera, he got caught saying, "That bitch set me up," when referring to the crackhead that gave him that crack and then recorded him.
In Marion Barry's defense, he did get reelected a little bit later on.
We had our own little Tom Ford.
Yep, and his campaign party was called the Players Ball. Not a joke.
He was a man of a people. We were doing all right.
Mistakes were made.
I mean, parts of D.C. you definitely didn't want to go into, but now we gentrified most of it with Whole Foods. But I don't know.
We've occupied the other areas, so it's fine.
It all depends on who you listen to, how bad it is down there. So
don't ask the locals.
Don't ask anybody who actually lives here.
Yeah.
Well, was it? It wasn't Stephen Miller. It was somebody else. He was like, I lived on Capitol Hill, and I saw murders outside my window. I'm like, the F you did.
Oh,
like,
no, that was Sugar. I forget his name. It was one of their influencers. Did you see what Stephen Miller said about it, though?
What's new that he said? Because I've seen a couple things.
In a press conference, they asked him about, or not a press conference, as he was leaving somewhere, they called him in a hallway and asked him about all the protests and stuff. And, nobody likes this. And he goes, all those old gay hippies, none of them lives, all these old, no, sorry, not gay. He said, all these old white hippies protesting, none of them live here. This is an all black city.
Yeah. I can't take it. It's too funny. I mean, did you see when it was him and JD went in to go get, I think, a smash burger?
Yep, Union Market or Union Station.
And someone yelled at JD, "Go F a couch."
Yeah, the best response to that was somebody said, that guy was born to yell it in that exact moment.
The exact tweet.
Perfect.
Did you hear about Hexef security detail?
No.
Dude, can you take a number? Think of a number right now. Pete Hexef. Like, obviously, he's DOD and everything else like that. How many people do you think are employed to guard him?
6.
It started out at a very close number of 150. It has now ballooned to, take another number.
8.
600. Like, they are talking about like the numbers. They've never seen this. Like, obviously there are some threats. I would imagine Iran and a bunch of other states that we're currently bombing the F out of are not too keen and happy about it. But 600 people, I guess they're in rotation, but let me see.
That's like bigger than your neighborhood bar.
Yeah. That's essentially, you could have 25 people working for 1 hour, and you would never have to switch out a rotation in a day. 600 people.
Okay. All right. I'm telling you right now, before 2028, with 600 people watching him, he still ends up with a DUI.
Because 599 of them are going to be egging him on.
He's going to be like, come on, just let me drive it. Let me drive. I'm fine. Give it the keys.
The other guy's going to be holding him upside down from that keg stand. Look really cool, boss.
God, 600 people for security and a makeup counter. I have never been in so awe of such a manly man not afraid of anything.
Yeah, but we're running out of money for everything else.
I'm not going to feed kids.
Government spending's through the effing roof.
Yeah, you got to make sure Peach doesn't look splotchy on camera.
Him and Christy. All right, let's motor along. We digress. We got to get back to the meat and potatoes of his story, I guess. So Tom gets busted, and this would be the end of his story. But Tom is actually a division head at the Israel National Cyber Directorate. So he's brought in front of a judge on the 7th, and he's then released on $10,000 bail. After which, he goes ahead, loads onto the plane, and just flies back to Israel like nothing's wrong. So he gets home, and he tells his superiors, like, yeah, man, I was in the States. Some people asked me some questions, and yeah, that was it. So at this point, him and his superiors talk about it, and currently he's on leave. He's taking a little vacation. And the official response from the Israel National Cyber Directorate was, a civil servant who traveled to the United States on professional matters was questioned during his stay by the American authorities. The employee, who does not hold a diplomatic passport, was not arrested and returned to Israel on a scheduled date.
Before you jump in, so bail is normally they set your bail, and to get out, you have to put up 1/10 of that in most places. Now, Nevada, because it's, the whole state runs on tourism, it's 15%.
Oh.
So when you say $10,000 bail, what you really mean is $1,500.
Yeah. He had to put up $1,500. And if you take a look at it, that $10K bail, bail is a progressive scale. Bail is essentially supposed to make you want to come back and actually stand trial. You get out before the trial, you can be with your family and everything else. $10K for diddling, that's something that they reserve for someone who is a member of a community, like you're the captain of a school soccer team or anything else like that. You have ties to the area, you're not going anywhere. $10K bail for someone who is a national of a different country, already has a plane ticket back home, makes zero effing sense. And yet somehow he was released and sent on back.
Now, as you know, I am not currently I am not a lawyer, but I have watched a ton of SVU, and I know the term flight risk comes up a whole bunch when they're setting bail.
There's nothing flight risk about it. He literally had the ticket. It's not like he went afterwards and bought the ticket. Like, you could literally type in his name, be like, yeah, he's set to fly this afternoon. Like, cool. How about 10K bail, big guy? You think you can handle $1,500? Like, well, I am from Israel and I work in the IT, so yeah, I feel like I have it in the back pocket.
Yeah, just and what's the address he gave where they were going to send him his court date?
1500 Pennsylvania Ave. But more on that one later, because people from these newspapers reached out, and the cyber directorate said the employee informed the directorate that during this trip, he was questioned by the American authorities on issues unrelated to his work. He returned to Israel on a scheduled date. The directorate has, and this is the good part, the directorate has not yet received further information through official channels. If such information is received, the directorate will act accordingly. At this stage, by joint decision, the employee has taken leave until the matter is clarified. So what that relates to is, first of all, he gets released on $1,500 for trying to bang a 15-year-old. Then he flies back, and then no one from the State's like, hey, buddy, you ever going to come back and stand trial? Like, that never happened.
And it sounds like he's on paid vacation right now.
Yeah, it's wild. Like, you gotta... All right, let's find out. Well, let's find out the reasoning behind this. Well, if all of that happened, do you know who a U.S. attorney for Nevada is?
I do.
Uh-huh. So, let's tell the viewers here. And the rabbit hole keeps going. So, turn on your little flashlight, because this is about to get dark. Sigal Chattah was born in Israel, and her current position is acting U.S. attorney for the District of Nevada. You know what's weird about how she got that role?
I'm assuming she's an elected official.
No! She was the interim U.S. attorney prior to that. So she was ramped into that position by Trump on a technicality. Well, because mainly 116 judges wrote an open letter blasting her appointment.
Sounds like a bunch of dirty Democrats just trying to rig the system. Honestly, yeah. Sounds like a hoax to me.
So let's read a little bit more about our girl and how she came about. Without getting too into it, let's take a look at her professional life. She started coming out hard during COVID, where she led the fight of the churches saying lockdown mandates are unconstitutional and that more people should be able to meet God altogether. The irony in that one.
Yeah.
So afterwards, she makes a name for herself there, and she tries running for the Attorney General of Nevada. This was all going great till a journalist named Sarah Ashton Cirillo leaked text messages in which Chattah compared the incumbent Ford to the leader of Hamas and stated that he should be hanging from an effing crane. So, how did our girl get this sweet, sweet gig?
Honestly, sounds exactly like this administration.
Yeah, because she bent the knee to the Donald. She came out and said she would publicly target his enemies and support all the dumb S that's going through all the courts. And in addition to pretty much swearing fealty to it, it's all about 2025, baby, and it's all about the bipartisanship being silent.
Yeah, this lady is an absolute trip. The more I'd never heard of her. They don't feel like they're covering this on the news anywhere. And when you sent me her name, I was like, oh, let's do a quick Google. Yikes.
Yeah, you want to get into that real quick?
Let's do it. This hat ain't on for nothing.
Yeah. You looked at her Instagram, right?
I did. So, I love this. Go to her Instagram. Here's the bio. Israeli born. Israeli flag emoji. Republican. Big red dot. Culture warrior. I don't really know what that means. And here's her little quote. Leave them at the bottom of the grave they dug for you. This is giving me like 15-year-old girl who just discovered My Chemical Romance kind of vibes. Yeah. Which is kind of weird for a 50-year-old crackpot.
Like this is one of those, what's the South Park where the emo kids keep tossing their hair to the one side? I'm getting those vibes.
Yeah, very calling people conformists.
I'm a culture warrior. Like, what does that even mean? I don't know. It's edgy.
It's provocative.
So, you know what let's go back to her. So we find out she's a little bit nutty, but the way that she got this position is even nuttier. So the standard appointment process involves a president nominating a candidate for the U.S. attorney out of the one of the 94 federal judicial districts. And then the nominee is confirmed by a majority Senate vote. Well, we found out she ain't making the Senate vote. So what Trump ended up doing, he just went ahead and just jammed her in an interim U.S. attorney spot, and that will last for about 120 days. Can you guess what happened on day 118?
I'm assuming she was like, I should go probably try and find a new job since this one's going to be over in 2 days.
That is correct. She went ahead and submitted her resignation letter to Pam Bondi. And Pam Bondi told the mighty Donald, like, oh boy, Donald, we have a position that's currently vacant. At which point, Donald said, you know what? I got just the girl. And our girl Chattah went right back in that revolving door without going outside. And now she's, instead of interim, now she's the acting U.S. attorney for the state of Nevada. And she's in that spot for 210 days.
Yeah, so again, just to clarify, no vote, no confirmation. Turned in a resignation, they went, well, it's vacant again. Another 210.
Yes! And she also did pursue a kid diddler, let him go back, and now that he's home, they're not even reaching out to ask what's going on. But Joe Biden smells people's hair.
Yeah, Kamala laughs funny, so let's focus on that.
So, one last thing I want to get into, and this is our feel-good story for the weekend. Did you know about what they're doing at the border with the fence?
I did, and I had no idea how much paint could cost.
Yes! So, Noam came out, and she's like, it's too high to climb, too narrow to squeeze through, and now at the president's direction, it will be painted black. So too hot to touch, and that criminal, illegal aliens won't even try. Do you know how much a pair of gloves cost in Mexico?
Yeah, it's, I saw that. Also saw, if it's too hot to touch, do most people try to illegally cross here during the day in broad daylight, or are they coming at night where the sun's not beating down on this?
Yeah. And who doesn't bring, you bring a bucket of water, be like, cool, now I'm going to spray this right on here, and okay, now it's cold again. Or, gloves, or you wear long sleeves, or anything else.
Yeah, I just before we hopped on, I went ahead and just asked Jeff Bezos, what's a pair of climbing gloves cost? $10.
Now, just so we're clear as well, you're not going to need climbing gloves when you're coming over from Mexico. Because I just read this one yesterday, and Mexico told them to go pound sand about painting their side of a fence. So when you see Christy out there with her little paintbrush and everything else, know that we are only painting the American side.
Well, we got to keep Americans in.
Like, how does this help? But then again, as you alluded to earlier, this might get a tad bit expensive.
Yeah, so, I mean, I figured it like, all right, I read it. I'm like, okay, it works in theory, I guess. So I'm guessing this is probably like $200,000 in spray paint.
Like, I would imagine maybe $10 to $20 million. Like, it's a lot of fence. You put somebody in the back of a truck, you give them a paint spray, like a quart of paint from Home Depot or Lowe's doesn't cost that much. And you're just going up and down and you're spraying things. Like, it shouldn't be that much. But the Washington Post obtained a copy of painting estimates from the federal contracting officials, and it shows the costs are ranging from, drumroll, $500 million for 2 coats of acrylic paint, and more than $3 billion for powder coating. Like, that is insane.
Well, you know what? If they hadn't tried to deport everybody you could find on Nextdoor, I'm guessing you could have gotten this one a little bit cheaper.
Is TaskRabbit now just corporate Wall Street dudes?
Buddy, if you thought Halliburton charging $200 for a hammer was bad, I can't wait to find out Eric Trump's painting company.
Like, we do more than just sniff it now. We actually apply it.
I taste tested every one of these buckets.
Quality control by the president's son.
Marg.
Marg. That's how the noise is made.
Yikes. Oh my God. Cannot wait for Newsom. Hurry back.
No, I think we're good, man. I think we banged one out. Again, I'm sorry that you overslept yesterday. I shouldn't have done that. You really did wrong by our listeners.
First thing they say to look for in a narcissist is inability to accept blame. So...
Guess I'll be in a cabinet position soon. F you. I'm Alex Midway, headed to Washington.
I'm Eric Halsey. Free Luigi.
Daddy, chill.
Later, Gators.